The concept of a container vegetable garden begins to take shape, not only to make use of the limited space but also to introduce a fresh, sustainable approach to home gardening. Old containers, wooden crates, recycled plastic bins, and even rusted metal barrels are gathered, arranged, and repurposed into unique garden beds, where leafy greens, herbs, and even small fruit-bearing plants will grow, forming a landscape that is both practical and visually appealing. A container vegetable garden serves not just as a solution for those with limited planting space but also as a statement of creativity and adaptability. The modest backyard, though small, is divided into logical sections to optimize light, water, and plant growth. The eastern corner, where morning sunlight shines most intensely, is reserved for sun-loving crops like tomatoes, bell peppers, and lettuce. The western side, shaded in the afternoon, hosts containers for kale, spinach, and herbs such as basil and mint. The central area, near the main pathway, is designated for taller plants like climbing beans or cucumbers, supported by simple trellises made of bamboo or wire. Each container, varying in size and material, is arranged to create a harmonious layout, convenient for maintenance, and pleasing to the eye from every angle. The process starts with collecting containers. Old wooden crates from local markets, recycled plastic bins from hardware stores, and even rusted metal barrels from scrapyards are brought in. Each container is thoroughly inspected, cleaned, and repaired as needed. Drainage holes are drilled into the bottoms to prevent waterlogging, while overly worn containers are lined with geotextile fabric to keep soil from spilling out. This meticulous process involves sawing off rough edges on wooden crates and sanding down metal surfaces to remove rust. Once prepared, the containers are lined up in rows, forming a flexible, garden bed system that can be moved or rearranged at any time. Soil preparation comes next. A blend of garden soil, worm castings, and coconut coir is mixed to ensure a loose texture, good water retention, and essential nutrients for the plants. Each container is filled with this mixture, leaving enough depth for roots to grow without making the containers too heavy. A layer of dry grass mulch or rice husks is spread on top to retain moisture and suppress weeds. Preparing the soil is not just a technical step but a foundation to ensure that plants in these confined spaces can thrive despite the limitations. Plant selection follows immediately. Cherry tomatoes, with their small, juicy red clusters, are sown in large wooden crates positioned in the eastern corner. Bell peppers, displaying shades of red, yellow, and green, are interspersed among them to add color variety. Lettuce, with its lush green leaves, is chosen for lower plastic containers, where it can spread out without needing much height. In the west, kale and spinach are planted in metal barrels, taking advantage of the shade to keep their leaves moist. Herbs like basil, mint, and parsley are grown in smaller containers near the pathway for easy harvesting. In the central area, climbing beans and cucumbers are sown next to bamboo trellises, with hopes they will climb and green up the vertical space. A watering system is designed to suit the container garden. A network of drip irrigation tubes is installed, connected to a large water tank placed in a corner of the yard. Small tubes with evenly spaced holes are threaded through each container, ensuring every plant receives just the right amount of water without waste. The system operates via a small solar-powered pump, saving energy and reducing the need for manual watering. On rainy days, water is collected from the roof through gutters, flowing into the tank for reuse, establishing a sustainable cycle. Natural light, though uncontrollable, is maximized through careful container placement. Sun-needy plants like tomatoes and peppers are positioned in open areas, free from the shadows of the house or large trees. Shade-tolerant crops like kale and herbs are placed closer to walls or under eaves, where light softens in the afternoon. The container's flexibility allows seasonal adjustments, ensuring plants always receive optimal growing conditions. Maintaining the container vegetable garden requires consistency and attention. Every morning, water is pumped through the drip system, moistening the soil without flooding it. Each task is carried out with care to keep the garden healthy and productive. The garden's landscape begins to shift within weeks. The first tomato sprouts emerge from the soil, tiny yet vibrant, reaching toward the sun. Bell peppers follow, their dark green leaves signaling robust growth. Lettuce spreads across the low containers, forming lush green carpets ready for an initial harvest. Kale and spinach grow steadily, their soft leaves swaying in the breeze, bringing freshness to the western corner. Herbs release potent aromas, basil's subtle spice and mint's cool freshness, wafting through the air with every passing gust. Climbing beans and cucumbers, though slower, start gripping the bamboo trellises. Tiny tendrils wrap around the supports, pulling the plants upward, promising a shady canopy in months to come. Small yellow bean flowers bloom, attracting bees and butterflies for pollination, adding life to the garden. Cucumbers, with broad, prickly leaves, spread gradually, preparing to bear their first dangling fruits. To enhance aesthetics, the containers are further decorated. Wooden crates are repainted in white or pale green, offering a clean, modern look. Metal barrels retain their natural rust, lending a rustic, industrial charm. Some plastic bins are adorned with leaf or flower patterns using waterproof paint, highlighting the garden's playful spirit. Small pebbles are scattered along the pathways between containers, creating practical yet softening walkways. Artificial lighting is added to extend the garden's beauty into the night. Small solar-powered LED lights are mounted on bamboo posts along the paths. Their soft, golden glow highlights the green leaves and the first fruit clusters on the tomato plants. Hanging lights near the bean trellises create a twinkling effect in the night breeze, turning the garden into an enchanting space. Water serves not just for irrigation but as a landscape feature. A large container, painted blue, sits in a corner as the main water tank. Nearby, a small fountain crafted from an old metal barrel is installed, with water gently trickling into a pebble tray, producing a soothing sound. The fountain not only beautifies the space but also attracts birds for a drink, enhancing the garden's liveliness. Over time, the container vegetable garden evolves into a small ecosystem. Cherry tomatoes yield fruit, their red clusters dangling, ripe for picking. Bell peppers grow larger, shifting from green to yellow and red, adding vibrant hues to the eastern corner. Lettuce and kale are harvested in batches, their tender leaves providing fresh, homegrown food. Herbs grow thick, allowing daily trimming without depletion. Beans bloom profusely, while cucumbers begin fruiting, their small green produce peeking through the foliage. The container vegetable garden keeps evolving. As the first season ends, the soil in the containers is refreshed with added organic compost, and new crops are rotated in. Carrots and radishes are sown in deeper containers, while microgreens are planted in smaller ones for quick harvests. The container's versatility allows experimentation with various plants, from potatoes in large wooden crates to strawberries in small hanging bins on the fence. This vegetable garden landscape offers more than just food, it inspires. Each container, whether weathered or simple, becomes part of a green canvas where the colors of vegetables, leaves, and fruits blend with sunlight and wind. The once empty backyard now brims with life, proving that even discarded items can transform into a thriving garden. As the container vegetable garden takes shape, the small backyard continues to expand with new ideas to enhance both its practicality and beauty. The initial containers, already alive with tomatoes, peppers, and greens, mark only the beginning. A more detailed plan unfolds to turn the garden into a self-sustaining ecosystem, where not just vegetables but fruit trees, pollinator flowers, and decorative elements intertwine, creating a space that produces food and offers relaxation amidst urban life. More containers are brought in to expand the planting area. Larger wooden crates, once used to transport fruit at farmers' markets, are stacked into tiers, forming a unique vertical structure. These are reinforced with horizontal wooden beams for stability, then filled with a mix of soil and organic compost. Potatoes are sown at the bottom tier, their deep roots utilizing the ample space. The middle tier hosts carrots and daikon radishes, crops needing moderate depth. The top tier, bathed in sunlight, grows microgreens and arugula, fast-growing plants easy to harvest. This tiered system saves space while adding height, showcasing the diversity of crops in a confined area. Alongside the wooden crates, old plastic bins are repurposed into hanging pots, affixed along the wooden fence encircling the yard. Strawberries, with their red, juicy clusters and lush green leaves, are chosen for these pots. Their shallow roots make them ideal for hanging cultivation. As the first strawberries appear, suspended in midair, they provide both food and a vivid accent to the landscape. The hanging pots are painted red and pale yellow, creating a cheerful contrast with the green foliage, turning the fence into a living wall. To support plant growth, a more intricate trellis system is constructed. Beyond the simple bamboo trellises for beans and cucumbers, recycled steel frames from old furniture are bent into arches and placed in the garden's central corner. Small pumpkins and gourds are sown at the base of these arches, with hopes they'll climb and cover the frames with thick green leaves and round fruits hanging below. Building the trellises requires patience, welding steel pieces together and anchoring them deep into the ground with wooden stakes. Once finished, the steel arches serve as both a growing space for climbers and an artistic feature, evoking the feel of a green tunnel within the garden. The drip irrigation system is upgraded to meet the expanded garden's needs. Additional tubing is installed, extending from the main water tank to the new containers and hanging pots. A coarse mesh filter is added to remove debris from rainwater, ensuring an unobstructed flow. The solar-powered pump is replaced with a stronger model, capable of watering the entire area without manual effort. For greater sustainability, a second water tank is placed in the opposite corner, collecting runoff from another roof gutter. The two tanks alternate, guaranteeing a steady supply even during prolonged heat. Natural light remains key, but container placement is fine-tuned to avoid waste. Sun-loving crops like tomatoes and peppers are shifted to the yard's center, free of shade. Kale and herb containers are moved closer to the western wall, leveraging the house's natural shadow to cool them in the afternoon. Some smaller containers are fitted with wheels, allowing easy repositioning based on sunlight or for cleaning underneath. This adaptability turns the garden into a dynamic space, responsive to any weather condition. Garden maintenance grows more structured as the number of plants increases. Watering continues each morning, with amounts tailored to each crop, more for tomatoes and pumpkins, less for microgreens and herbs. The vegetable garden's landscape grows richer as plants mature. Cherry tomatoes produce vivid red clusters, weighing down their stems in the wooden crates. Bell peppers swell, transitioning from green to yellow and red, forming a colorful band in the eastern corner. Lettuce and kale thicken, their tender leaves ready for fresh meals. Strawberries in the hanging pots ripen, their small fruits peeking through leaves, catching the eye from afar. Climbing beans envelop the bamboo trellises, their tiny yellow flowers blooming, while cucumbers yield their first long, green fruits, dangling like gems into space. Pumpkins and gourds on the steel arches begin climbing, their broad leaves gradually covering the metal. Small orange pumpkins and pale green gourds emerge, hanging amid the foliage, lending a sense of abundance to the garden. Potatoes in the tiered containers start forming tubers, their dark green shoots rising above the soil. Carrots and daikon radishes grow steadily, their roots lengthening underground, promising a bountiful harvest in months. Microgreens, with their rapid growth, are trimmed continuously, providing daily fresh produce. To further beautify the space, pollinator flowers are interspersed among the vegetable containers. Dwarf sunflowers, with their bright yellow blooms, are sown in small containers scattered around the yard, serving as both decor and bee attractants for fruiting plants. Marigolds, beyond repelling pests, bring vibrant yellow and orange hues, accentuating the neutral-toned containers. A few lavender clumps are planted near the pathway, releasing a gentle fragrance that relaxes anyone passing by. Sound becomes part of the garden too. Beyond the fountain's trickling, a wind chime crafted from seashells and bamboo is hung on the steel arch. As breezes pass, its soft clinking blends with rustling leaves and birdsong, creating a natural melody in the urban setting. The fountain is upgraded with a larger stone tray, where water splashes into tiny white bubbles, drawing sparrows and pigeons for a morning drink. The container vegetable garden's landscape shifts with each season. Summer brings vibrant tomato and pepper clusters, while fall yields radishes and potatoes. In winter, kale and microgreens thrive in containers covered with mesh fabric for warmth. The container's versatility allows endless experimentation, from scallions in small bins to dwarf lemon trees in large wooden crates, offering year-round food.